and the founder of Grit Association, which stands for Growth, Resilience, Intention, and Tenacity. What is Grit? Grit is a movement, a sisterhood, a space where ambitious women grow, lead, and thrive. This isn't just leadership. This is transformation. Grit is your circle of fire, where comfort zones get shattered, or stories become power, and the next level becomes your new normal. From our 7 international anthologies that elevate women's voices to my radio show, Elevate and Lead, on the Lou Information Station, everything we do is about your rising, your voice, your power, your people. Are you ready? Join Grit. For more information, visit mygritcommunity.com. That's mygritcommunity.com.
Hey, Kat, summer's winding down, but I keep thinking, my backyard is weak, man. I need a pool and maybe even a fire pit.
Cam, you know who can handle that? Merrimack Pools and Outdoors. They're a family-owned St. Louis company, been doing this for 25 years.
They do more than just pools, right?
Oh, yeah. Patios, outdoor kitchens, sport courts, fire features, the whole outdoor package. They'll design it, build it, and make it look amazing.
That sounds like trouble for my neighbors when I start hosting barbecues with the boys.
Exactly. And here's the best part. Free consultations, smart pool features like LED lighting and spa integration, financing options, and they back it all with a lifetime manufacturer warranty.
That's legit. And you know I like local. They're licensed, insured, bonded, and based right here in St. Louis.
If you want the ultimate backyard, head to SplashSTL.com.
Hit up SplashSTL.com for more information and receive a free salt cell included in your package. A $2,000 value. SplashSTL.com.
The Lou Information Station presents Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
Get up and get them in. Let's go. 8:05 on a Thursday. Hot Take Central 2.0 coming at you. Cam Janssen, Matthew Rockhill, Jimmy the Cat Hayes doing our thing in the J. Randolph Jr. Studios. J. Randolph Jr. Studios. We're right here on the Lou Information Station live and on demand at louinfo.com. We're on YouTube. Go to YouTube. Type in Lou Info, like and subscribe, chat away. I don't give a damn. Chirp, chat amongst yourselves. Don't care. You could also chime in on the text line here, and that's 314-590-3770. You could call in if you want, 855-282-8255. You could also download the app, the Lou Info app. Go to your app store, type in Lou Info, download that bad boy, and you can listen to us crisp and clear, doing our thing right here, baby. What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Am I going backwards today?
Go backwards.
I played high school basketball.
Good morning, everybody.
I played high school basketball. Quit bitching, Cardinals fans. That's and right. Homers.
Oh, I look bad.
Ay. Yeah, Charlie was sitting in this chair a couple years ago when he said that. I pushed him right into this corner right here. Right there. That was the first time Charlie really showed emotion. He's usually pretty a couple times here and there.
Come on.
You're right. Oh yeah, you're right. There's a couple times. Ooh, Wombat. I'll bring breakfast tomorrow if we can have a Cardinals free show. Yeah. Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, whatever.
What if they do something? What if they suddenly
unfortunately, the title of the show I put out today does not really work with the Degenerate Wombat's plan. The title of the show today is The MLB Playoffs Are Showing the Gap Between the Cardinals and Contention.
I disagree, even though I said that, 12
minutes ago?
I was going to say,
12 minutes ago.
You're going to strategically disagree, and I appreciate that, Jimmy.
We'll take Chick-fil-A, though, Wombat.
But we are going to talk about the Cardinals.
We'll take Chick-fil-A,
We're getting that on the podcast as well, where people are going to bitch about the Cardinals, or people are bitching that we keep talking about the Cardinals, and I'm just like, do you guys not see the city you live in?
Yeah, you live in St. Louis. It is what it is. Blues haven't started a regular season game yet. They haven't. We don't know
7 days away.
We haven't.
7 days away.
We don't know what the roster is going to be like yet. Nothing's really changed, so nothing much going on.
Okay, here's my thought on the Blues. We'll get the Blues out, Cam, because me and Randy we're talking about this.
What do you got for me?
Okay, so I like the idea, and obviously what we've seen so far from a second line of Holloway, Puce, and Cairo. But I just I worry and I wonder, especially if Lucic still has a shot at a roster spot.
I hope he does.
Me too.
Would you play? And you'd play him on the third line?
Lucic?
Yeah.
No, he's fourth line. He's going to be fourth line with Walker and Toropchenko.
All right, good. Never mind.
Yeah, not even.
Because my
close.
issue here was Jake Neighbors is a great player. But the one knock against him is not the fastest skater.
No. He gets in there, though.
Braden Shen, little older, gets in there, not the fastest skater.
Good skater.
So I'm starting just to wonder if the third line maybe just isn't going to have enough speed to be with the current form. And if the third person is Bukestad, I don't really know him that well, but I don't think he's a burner either.
No, he's certainly not a burner.
So my
he's a
thing
big
is are we trading too much grit for speed on that third, or speed for grit on that third line combination right now?
And then you throw Lucic in the mix.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you're ultra
This
slow.
is what I'm saying.
You're plotting.
You're plotting. The third line is borderline plotting with the form they have now.
Way to use my word.
While still,
He stole it.
I'm just no. It's building on the conversation, and so I'm just wondering if that's a potential issue.
That's certainly a potential issue, man. Speed is the name of the game these days. But if you're really good with the puck and you're smart in the neutral zone, you can slow teams down without being fast. And those guys are smart players. I mean, they are. They protect the puck. They do their thing. So I'm not too worried about it. I want Lucic to make team. I want him to make the team. But, Milan, you're playing tonight. You got to go do something. I told you that. You got to go put somebody downtown Chinatown, have somebody come jump you, and then put him downtown Chinatown and go like this. Get up! Get up! And then the crowd's going to go crazy. Now you got them on your side, and now you got one more game to really figure it out. Yes, sir. What?
Am I wrong on this? I hope he makes the team also. I like guys getting a second chance. But we talk about third line, fourth line. It's going to change a million times anyway,
Sure.
right? Isn't that true?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like when you talk about batting order. This guy shouldn't be hitting 6.
Moving
He should
here,
be 7. They move it.
Torpchenko could play on the third line. Walker could play on the third line. That line could have third line minutes, and the third line could have fourth line minutes. It's going to mix and match all over the place. I do like the first two lines, though, and I like that suitor in between Holloway and Kyrou, and I certainly like Holloway and Kyrou playing together. That's going to be very interesting. I like how our D are shaping up. I like that Logan Mailloux. The Blues look pretty solid, man. Now, have they won a game in preseason? No. Does it matter? No. But once these lineups start to get a little thicker and NHL ready, you're gonna want to win a game just to kind of get that winning feeling, or at least play a solid 60, Jimmy. A solid 60.
Going into last season, I recall a lot of anti-Kyrou sentiment. He won people over, didn't he?
People were bitching about Kyrou and Thomas's contract. Look at that now. Look how that's going to be shaping up in 4 or 5 years when they're getting 80 points and they're making $8 million.
They're already beauty. There's already a beauty of the contract.
But that just shows every year changes. Kyrou's tough.
But am I right? Last year there was a lot of people
he gets
not
chirped.
happy with little
Still gets
aspects
chirped.
of his game.
He still gets chirped. He was a plus 25 last year. There's not much to bitch at him about. He doesn't get hurt. He gets rocked by Stanley, pops up. I'm like, he's in dead zone. Like, he's done. Goes back out there, doesn't miss a shift. He's durable. He scores goals. He's fast. He doesn't say stupid stuff. Again, why do people don't like him? I don't understand that.
I think
They do now.
He did cry.
I think that assist to Holloway the other night was a perfect example of the growth he's made, because like 2 or 3 years ago, I feel like he probably loses himself in the spin off the wall and doesn't have the coordination and the balance to then whip the pass into Holly.
Backhand,
But
no
now,
look. Yeah.
Physical prime. He's been following the weightlifting schedule. He's been doing the work, and now he's an adult.
Yep.
And now he has the balance and the strength that he can pull off those moments. Even though he's a tinier guy, that's a play he doesn't make 2 or 3 years ago, strictly because he wasn't in his physical prime. He wasn't at the level he is now. You see it now. He's an adult, and he's going to play like it, and that means that there's no reason not to expect him making a jump from where he was.
Trade Kyrou. Trade your leading scorer. For who? Another scorer? Another 40-goal guy? Where's he at? Who's going to do that? Why would you do that? I don't get it. I don't get the hatred for him. You know, I guess when the Berube thing really set the people off. Remember what he said to Berube? Well, when he even said Berube, Jeremy Rutherford came up to him and he said something like, "Well, he's not our coach anymore." Wasn't that it, Rock? Something like that.
Yes,
he
it was.
He wasn't our coach anymore. Like, he could have played that better. Like, no, just don't put yourself in a jam.
I get
don't
that.
be Shedeur Sanders.
I get that, but you know what? I watched the guy play, and I think he's the guy you build around.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, there were some doubts about, I think,
It's defensive play early.
Yeah, about aspects of his game last year. I think he won over people. I think that's the big difference. He went out and he did it. And then we're not going to put so much weight on something he said last season.
Exactly. And they'll get over it once he starts scoring anyway. But you're like, well, Kyrie needs to play better defensively. Oh, okay. Now he's plus 25 and scoring 37. What else do you want? You want him to go buckets off and spin the helmet and fight somebody at center ice? No. He doesn't get hurt. He scores goals, and now he's a plus 25. Kyrie, Holly going to combine for 70 goals, probably.
They had 62 last year.
I mean, yeah. You're expecting to pump that up about 5%. Absolutely.
75.
Yeah, man. I mean, they should. And the Blues are counting on them to do that as well. So, yeah, I'm excited, man. I'll be there tonight, all y'all out there. Hopefully Brady doesn't run around. Lucic will be in the lineup. Ottawa just had a shite show with Montreal the other day. Fights out the wazoo, knockout punches. It was crazy game. So we'll see what happens. It's weird playing Ottawa in the preseason, but let's just get this preseason over with. Oh, God almighty.
How many more games in the preseason?
One more after this.
Right.
One more.
Blues open up a week from tonight.
Against Kirill, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota. The big boy, 17 million.
Let's go.
Did you see what Ben McDonald said last night?
Yes.
Or read about it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'll pull that audio. I'll pull that audio up. That was hilarious.
There's two people that did that, actually.
Knucklehead.
Come on.
His broadcast
Does it bother me? No,
his
but
broadcast partner was hilarious. And dude, it's our network. We're on it. I'll be watching. And then later on, apparently, the sideline reporter, she said a similar thing where she was
there. It is. Yeah.
She was like, I only watch baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
and that's fine. It doesn't bother me, but it pisses a lot of people off.
Well, guess what? Baseball season and the postseason will be over as hockey just gets cranking.
Here we go. This is Ben McDonald on the broadcast here.
Next Tuesday, NHL opening night against the defending champion Florida Panthers at 5 Eastern, 4 Central on ESPN.
That's his broadcast partner.
Triple header that night. Penguins, Rangers, Avalanche, Kings.
Yeah.
Ben, I know you got an opinion on this. Panthers three-peat this year. What do you think?
If you say so. I mean, good luck to them. Are you asking if I'm going to be watching?
No, I know you'll be watching, of course, because you work for ESPN. You'll be watching.
There is zero chance I'll be watching. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Where will you be?
I will be somewhere, but there's zero chance I'll be watching.
All right, thanks, Ben. We'll be watching. Thanks for the rating.
Now I put that on his partner for pushing him. He said the right thing. Well, good luck to him. Right? He basically said, I don't know.
Yeah.
And his partner pushed him. He said, all right, I'll be honest. And now there's zero chance.
And that's fine.
It's fine.
Funny though. Butcher Gross chimes in. A lot of people are chirping him. Is he a good dude? Do you know him at all?
I don't know Ben McDonald, former Orioles pitcher, right?
He's an older guy.
Yes,
he's an older guy.
It's funny.
He's got that military haircut.
He's going to be on that Barstool radio show today. So they're going to talk to him. And looky there. Apparently, Eli Drinkwitz does do radio interviews. Good to know.
Why? What happened?
He's going to be on with Barstool this morning.
But not
Sports Hub.
His schedule's too busy.
He's not going on your show.
Home drinky pool now. Now you can call him
Have you been asking?
It's a bye week, and next week they have Bama, but these both these 2 weeks too busy for a coach.
Too busy.
Think it's because of Schaefer, what he tweeted?
Yes, I think you're right. I think that's why. You're right.
You guys, so you and Randy been reaching out to him, and he said no, he's too busy.
We reached out this week.
You mean the St. Louis audience that wants to hear from him? He's too busy.
I'm just screwing around. He is.
No, he's got drinky poo.
He's got a lot.
No.
He's got a lot.
No, I don't know if I like that. We got to stick up for you.
You're being deadly serious. You're just being nice. I'm trying to cover your tracks.
Well, I wasn't.
I know the feeling.
I wasn't going to air him out or anything.
No.
Then literally the next day I see he is doing a radio show.
You were told there's no time for radio. He's not doing it, and then he's doing it.
It's clear that Eli Drinkwitz is prioritizing a national audience, and I can see why.
Well, you could do both. I guess
not.
You got a bye week. You could do both.
His schedule's tight.
Roll tight this week. Roll tight.
By the way, if you want to STL Sports Central, you can hear about a 15-minute interview with Illinois head coach Brett Bielema with me and Randy Carricker.
So that what you're doing is saying,
Rockio, baby, I love it.
Enjoy Illinois.
He's a
more
great
than
guy.
You would Missouri because their coach is available.
No, but
MIZ.
No, Jimmy though. I know what he's talking about with that, and you're like, we'll ask guys too to call on the pod. And like, I'm real busy, and then you see him like, interesting. You went on, interesting. Okay, I remember that. No big deal. You're busy. Oh, you just went on missing curfew.
They're spending $40 million on NIL. Cam, I mean, Mizzou's big time now.
Hold on, but
this is how you get to a national championship. You do national media hits.
Yes, you ignore everybody here. Yeah, that's the right thing to do.
So
now I'm mad.
You're more mad
so the
than
final
I am.
home game.
I'm mostly
final home game for the Cardinals. Are we anti-Cardinals? We're not allowed.
Well, I do want
General
Chick-fil-A.
Wombat said he'll settle for negative Cardinals talk.
All right.
Oh, there it is, Wombat.
We got to still
So
get breakfast
final
tomorrow.
home game, I go to Wilson, and I go, "Hey, any chance we can ask you about your future, whatever?" And he goes, "I'll do it in Chicago." Okay, Chicago it is. Okay. So then in Chicago, I go, because we already know Sonny's okay with, looking to trade. Same with Arenado. Wilson was the final piece. And this isn't a shot at Wilson. It's just kind of what you're talking about, right? Where you think you have the answer and then, I see how it is. So anyway, I said to Wilson pregame for the first game in Chicago, the series finale, I said, hey, I can remember you said we do it. He go, can I do it Sunday? Okay, Sunday. Then on Saturday, I look in the dugout and he's talking to writers. Now it's not Wilson's fault. Wilson was leaving. He wasn't, he's on the IL, so he had plans. He was going to get out of there today, which is fine. And he didn't. He goes, my bad. I'm going to do it now because I'm not here tomorrow. And I go, I don't have a camera guy. But that's the same thing. You said Sunday. There it is. Anyway, so I didn't have a camera. I was able to still ask questions and do reports in the game. And he told me, we have a camera guy post game. I'll do some on camera then. So everything was fine. But you're like,
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And there was no bad intent on that.
We are efforting. Hopefully, we'll talk to Missouri quarterback Bo Pribula.
Really?
In the next few days. Hopefully, that's what I requested. Wasn't going to get the coach.
That's
so
good.
I said,
I'll listen to that.
God, yeah.
No coach.
I want to hear from him.
We can get players.
I like him.
Let's talk
man.
to the QB. Everyone wants to hear from the man from Penn State. Gino, this is good.
What's he saying? Listening to the show in the dentist's office weight room. Daughter getting a filling. Receptionist asks if you could stay on a topic for more than 2 minutes.
No, we can't.
No. Can't do it. Cannot do it, Gino. You know the game. We're all over the damn place. Yeah.
And that's how it is.
Yeah.
Rock, how do you like my my tweet today? I kind of feel like I want
seen it.
Because this one I worked ahead of time to get it up quicker. Rock was on his game today, though. He sent that bad boy to me. I got it out
2 minutes before,
and then got organized, and then boom, you know.
How long did it take you to make the collage, or is that already like made? Was it a pre-made
like
collage?
3 years ago
Okay,
for something
there you
else? Yeah.
This is a good one. I like this one. All right, good job.
All right. I said Oprah's on the chat line right now. If someone
give that a retweet.
Rock Drinky Poo heard you refuse to go back to Columbia and go to games. He might have heard that, which is, you should go down there, dude, and watch a game.
Yeah, sure.
If you can.
I still don't know what that's about.
I do.
And then I kind of feel
I know
like,
exactly what it is.
what is it?
He got a broken heart, and he's going to go back down there, and he's going to kind of, you know, anytime you go somewhere where you had something dramatic happen to you, you kind of go back into that world a little bit. But I feel like there's so much time
But
that's passed.
he's with
I know.
a new gal?
That's why I'm saying to him, like, you got to push
Now
that
you go
aside.
back a winner.
You go back down there and you have a damn good time. Then you go back and now you remember having a good time instead of the girl that broke your heart.
Girls.
Oh, jeez. Fuck. Do you get like,
Don't re-engage after you graduate.
were you just like too,
Cut all ties.
because I think Rock, when he dates somebody, like he's all in. Like Rock is all in. And sometimes I think that when you do that off the bat, I don't know, the girls are like kind of want to separate because you're too all in off the bat. Like, is that what it was back in the day?
No. No. The ones that happened, I mean, the ones that happened were, it was just over 3 years. And that was when I was engaged to. And then there was the other one that was just under a year.
You were engaged?
Yeah, but like when I was like 23.
And then there was one that on the other show they uncovered someone.
No, that was the one I
details.
was that was the one I was engaged to.
So you were engaged.
Yeah, when I was like 23.
Which if I had known you back then, I'd be like, what are you doing? Just so you know, I'd be like, what are you doing? I don't know. Any of your buddies say that to you?
No, a couple people were like, "Are you sure you want to do it this young?" I was confident. And an idiot.
And then what, did she cheat on you or just broke it off? Or
She just
what?
broke it off, yeah.
Okay.
There might have been some of that, I'm sure. You never know.
Yeah, but you didn't.
It was like an actively like catching or anything. No. Like,
Give me your name and
you
you want me to tweet some nasty things about her on Twitter?
That's another lawyer. They're litigious.
Oh yeah, you like the lawyers.
Not on purpose.
Rock's had a lot of girlfriends.
Not real. I've had 2 in the time you've known me. 3, but one of them wasn't serious.
Okay.
I've
You
had
ever
2
think
serious
about
girlfriends
trying
in the time
dudes,
you've known me.
mixing dudes in there?
I never thought
Try it
about
out,
that.
babe. Don't knock it till you try it.
Really, Cam? So you
What?
Yeah, we heard.
is that from personal experience or
Clip that off, please.
Degenerate Wombat says get Ahmad Hardy on combination of Marshall Falk and God. That is from John Gruden. Got a bunch of awesome
saw
Mizzou
that.
apparel yesterday, and he called Ahmad Hardy a combination of Marshall Falk and God. I would be more like seems like more Steven Jackson than Marshall Falk.
Was
Hey Joe Rod.
Don't
take the chocolate one.
Ahmad Hardy though?
Would you just come in and look to see if they were okay? What did you want?
I don't know what I was looking for. Not that.
You want to go through my bag over here and get a beef stick?
Joe, pick up a mic and tell me what are your thoughts on glazed donuts as the like chief donut that people bring in en masse to an office?
No, it's
a disappointment, isn't it?
It's not. It's just original. Is it
unoriginal?
What were you looking for?
There you go.
I don't know. You know what? I went to I went and ran this weekend out in Tower Grove Park, and then while I was there, I went over to World's Fair Donuts, and the ones they had there, the gooey butter cake donuts.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
They had one that I brought home for my kid that was like a Cookie Monster one. It had like blue frosting on it with like little crumples of like Oreos and
then your teeth are blue.
Chip.
So you want something fancier?
Yeah.
All right.
I creeped you
Next
out.
time I go, I will get you.
I creeped you out on I think Instagram. I was creeping.
Okay.
On your, I was, dude. You run marathons?
No, I'm fat
What
now.
the
so
hell?
I've gotten re-fat. So
I mean,
I've gotten re-fat.
Hey, I'm telling you, like, good for you. How old are you, by the way?
40.
40. Okay, sort of same age. There's no way I could do a damn marathon right now.
I can't either.
There's no really. When was the last time you did it?
A year ago, I ran a half. So,
Okay, a year ago. I can't do a half marathon now either.
I need to get back.
I'm just trying to give you some props because I'm looking like, God dang, man.
It's hard when you have a family
It
and
is.
work. It's
Yeah,
hard.
it is.
If you're independently wealthy, you have more time to
Does getting
run.
out, getting out and running still like? Is there an aspect of it that you're just like this? There's a part of it that still sucks, or like, or is it still just like is there?
No, now it's just physically I just got so out of shape that I can't do what I used to.
I can't
do.
stand running. Running's so god awful.
And
It's
then
so
just
god
lose
awful.
motivation all across the board.
Oh,
So god awful.
But when you're in it, and I think it was 1974, I was in shape. But when I used to run a lot, you get those endorphins kicking, and it's fun.
Yeah.
But once you stop, because life gets in the way, then
I
it's
kind of
awful.
stopped because it stopped being fun. Like I was doing, and I was like, okay, I don't really
Running sucks.
Yeah.
It just does, man. It's
I
just
liked it
painful.
when I did it, when I had time to do it every day.
Speaking of not being creepy, Degenerate Wombat says not to be creepy. I always see Roderick around the Y while I'm walking my dogs.
Who's that?
That's Degenerate Wombat.
He's creeping me out too. Everybody's creeping you out.
Does that
man.
worry you at all?
Yeah,
that somebody named
trying to
Degenerate
think who it
Wombat
is. So,
sees you a lot?
I'm wondering who
He's a
that
good
might
dude.
be.
He's a good dude. I met him
He's
before.
on Facebook. He's a real person. You're fine.
No, he is. He lives right around here, I think. He's walking his dog.
Well, I think if he walks his dogs and he sees Joe out at the Y,
I go to the
would it be around
Kirkwood
here?
Y
Oh,
now,
you do
too.
go around
Yeah.
here. Okay. I don't know if you still went the one near your house.
That one, or it just depends on the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
I
like
guess he is
today,
around here.
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
today,
He'll post his pictures and he'll be like, I'm walking my dogs. And he'll be at like the Kirkwood Fountain. He'll be like the
Oh, okay.
downtown Kirkwood Fountain with his two beautiful golden retrievers.
or that I'll go to the there's a little trail out there off of Holmes Avenue. I can't remember what the name of it is, but if you go like 3 miles out, you see the Clydesdales behind Grant's farm.
Why don't you get a bike?
That's the one thing about that's the one thing about the county that I don't really like is that you need to go find a spot, because if you're trying to walk in a neighborhood, there's like you might just like turn a corner and then there's no sidewalks.
I tell you
and
what, though,
I hate walking in the county and all of a sudden there's just no sidewalk to walk.
Well, yeah,
it's so annoying.
I mean, we've been out. I've been working out in this area now for almost a year, and it still amazes me how many people just in the Kirkwood area will just go on they're running on the streets, they're running in the neighborhoods, everything.
They're
like that.
psychos.
I love doing that. I like doing it because the neighborhoods here are beautiful. But
that's why there are no sidewalks. They don't need
nothing worse.
People like you walking through.
Yeah, people like me.
Yeah.
Oh, what does that mean?
What does a person like me, Jim Hayes?
Whoa,
the street
Italian.
All right. Let me.
By the way, speaking of that, there's a guy on the Cleveland Guardians, same last name as you, but it's pronounced very differently.
They pronounce it Rocchio, don't they?
Yeah,
it's Rocchio.
It's disappointing.
So who's wrong?
Rocchio.
I think technically both of us are, because I think if you go into Italy and like I handed somebody my ID and they read it, I think they would hit the CCH with a more of a ch sound, like kind of like
Rocchio.
But I think,
bocce.
I think more like bocce, exactly. But I think technically, technically in Italy they call it bocce.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I really wasn't paying much attention to the game, but I saw that and I was like, "Oh,
you're 100%
same last name." And
you're
then I was listening to the game as he hit the home run.
Different.
And I was like,
"Do you understand, by the way, how disturbing that is for me? My entire life, I've been playing a lot of sports video games, and you can either create a player, and never ever has my name ever existed in those games. But the name will now exist in one of those games, and the announcers will pronounce it incorrectly. That is an absolute kick in the shorts.
Roderick has never been as a last name in any video game.
Really?
Anytime,
Roderick? Really?
Yeah.
That's
anytime I do it, so like, and now Hudson will play, and he'll create his own character. So what I did and what I took, because he was looking for it, and I was like, hey, what I did when I was younger,
I was Matthew Rock.
You do it backwards, so it's Roderick Hudson for him, or Roderick Joseph when I would play, because they had Roderick as a first name, but not a last name that you could create a player.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah,
these video games now, man. If you want to be GM mode and start from scratch, it's a tough thing to do, but everybody's lineup. Like you can really understand the game just by playing video games.
I played like
those games have gotten so
to get
much
ready
worse.
for college football this year. Just
weeks
and weeks of NCAA.
I know.
Watching that.
It sounds goofy, but everybody.
Playing that and then going down to SEC Media Days and then seeing like the first team guys out.
Exactly.
And seeing that, it's like I'm familiar with all of these guys because I've been
and the plays and all that stuff.
We've been playing with these guys.
But the first thing that got me into soccer, you would have asked me at 17 what I thought about soccer. I hated soccer. But I'm 19 years old, and the only video game that my closest group of friends in college wanted to play, they were off on shooters. They didn't like playing Madden anymore. The only game they wanted to play was FIFA, and I was like, well, fine. If they're going to play FIFA, I'm going to get good at this game, and the only way I'm going to get good at this game is know who these players are. So I learned who the players were, got good at FIFA, and then I was like, I think I kind of like this sport now. And then I ended up watching European football.
If you invest the time in FIFA, like it's a lot of fun.
So
but you have to invest.
Do you think
Rocchio
is a fan of STL City?
Have you seen how long he goes with the post-game shows?
Do you think he's a fan?
Or his tweets, how long those are?
Do you think he's a fan?
Yeah, I've told him multiple times. Like there are tweets that you will read and you'll be like, wow, that must have been one hell of a goal. And then you're like, oh, it was just a pass.
So you say, he's a fan.
So he's a fan.
He's a fan.
He says he's not.
He's not.
No.
I
think you have to be a fan of the sport.
I'm a fan of the sport, but I'm not.
Rock is a fan.
Rock is a fan. Rock is a fan.
I think you have to be a fan of the sports you cover.
But I don't care if they win or lose.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
Jimmy, what are we doing here?
Think of it this way.
But it's not an emotional thing. My thought process when they win or lose is, this post-game show will be easier because they won.
Hey, Spot.
Stop
telling me
this way.
Stop
telling me how I think. I'll reach across the table and slap you.
Hey, Spot.
Think of this. Okay. If they were good this year, if they were like they were, what was it, 2 years ago, their first year. And you were doing what you're doing now. You're doing post games. You're going down. You're covering all that. Right now you would be looking forward to going and covering postseason games, right?
But it's just more games.
Roderick is making good sense.
That's damn because that's like the way I feel.
What happened?
But that's like the way.
Don't
I feel
eat donuts because you're making sense now.
Okay, but I mean, Kat, it's probably different for you because I mean you're covering 120, 140 Cardinal games a year, and it's a grind. Like I know how much of a grind it is for like you and Claves going.
More for me, though. A lot more for me. Please.
You and Clay.
Please.
That's great.
Please.
That's great.
I love him, but please.
No comment. No comment.
Oh, man,
but I will.
Jimmy.
But no, I will say though that like for me doing that, like I want the Cardinals to be successful. I want them to keep winning because when they win, first of all, it's good for numbers. When they're winning, when they're in the postseason, you watch these games the last 2 days. There's nothing like the crowds of postseason baseball outside of LA, I guess, when they don't sell out. But you watch these games and knowing that going and covering playoff games, it's a lot of fun going and doing
maybe
that.
you get to know a player, whatever, and you root for them and you're happy for them. There's a lot of reasons why you become sort of a fan.
Yeah.
So
most people admit it though.
Do you think everybody who covers a team is a fan?
To an extent, I would think. I just because again,
that's what I see.
Because you want to be a fan because you want them to succeed. Do you really think that the beat writers for the Colorado Rockies, do you think they go to work looking forward to having to cover that every day?
When Mo
or would
takes
they
over,
much rather?
when Mo takes over,
thank you. I'm with you on that.
But can we admit that there's a difference in like being happy for something professionally and being happy for something because you're a fan of it?
You love.
I think if you're like a beat writer or something,
it.
like if you're you want them to be good because it makes your job
easier,
fun,
easier.
That's such a dumb argument.
That's not being a fan though.
Like I was when the Rams were here and I'd go to Rams games. Like I wanted them to be good. I hated that they sucked. And when they left,
that team I was a fan of.
When they left, like it took a while to want to be a fan of a football team because it's like they kind of just ripped it out of you.
Wombat says,
I can't be anymore.
Wombat says 2 truths and a lie. Rock is not a City fan. Jim isn't a simp. Cam has a bald spot. 2 truths and a lie.
Degenerate Wombat also says, give us the Fritters drop live.
Listen, Rock, I understand you feel that you're not a fan.
Oh my God.
Sometimes we can misread our own feelings.
No.
There you go, Jimmy.
You don't know me well enough to have any authority on this.
We're with you every day. We're with you every day.
You are unfortunately ignorant of the topic.
We're with you every day.
Except I've been studying human nature
There
for
it is.
62 years.
Figured out nothing.
When someone is tweeting about a pass
That's
and
my
it's 5
job.
paragraphs.
That's
No, it
my
isn't.
job.
No, it isn't.
We know you more than you think,
my
No, it
Rockio.
isn't. No, it isn't. Your job.
It's like I'm not a fan of the Billikens. Basketball is my favorite sport. They're the closest team to my house.
Do you want the Billikens?
They're who I cover.
Okay, but if the Billikens were putting out a good team that you looked at and you're like, hey, this team can make a Sweet 16 run.
They should be able to.
Okay, but you're rooting for that, right?
Not as a fan.
Oh, jeez.
I think,
honestly, if they make a tournament, that's going to cost me a lot of money to go to that game.
Hold on.
Don't you know where it is?
Do you think Dave Green is like, hey,
you
Rock?
know they're not giving them. You know they're not giving them like the Wichita regional. They're going to give them Seattle.
Well, then
Hey, Rock. Do you think Dave Green?
That's a nice place to go visit in March, maybe. I don't know.
Do you think Dave Green looks at your tweet and goes, "Hey, it was a little skimpy. It was only 2 paragraphs on that crossing.
We need more from you."
It's not your job.
No.
You do it because you love it.
My point is that I'm not.
There's passion in your tweets, which indicate fandom.
No, that indicates I like the game of soccer and I enjoy breaking it down. That's all it is. If I was in Columbus, I'd be doing this for the crew.
I can sit there.
I wouldn't be caring about.
I don't know. I can sit there and
I
can sit there and tweet about the postseason games right now, but it's like I'd much rather the Cardinals be playing in them.
Yeah, me too.
Like I love baseball.
I want
love
the Cardinals to be in the playoffs for one reason, which is the numbers would be better.
My kid. I mean, my kid came home early from school on Monday, or was it Tuesday? Yeah, on Tuesday because he wanted to watch Cubs Padres. Like, I mean, I 100% will do that every time.
Why would you spend all that money Why would you spend all that money for a team that you're not a fan of? Rock, you make no sense.
I spend
Rooster.
I don't spend any money on these teams.
Rock, do you have a therapist that you go to?
I was gonna
do you have a therapist?
Ask him the same
because
question.
People go there and they go, "Oh, wait a minute, I do have a father issue or something." You have a fandom issue that you refuse to acknowledge, and I think it's affecting your relationship.
No, my thing is like I just don't get why you need me to be a fan just because
I don't
talk
need
about
it.
The team. You
I don't need
clearly
it. I'm not a fan of you being a fan. I am not a fan of you being a fan.
Need to be correct about
I call
this,
it like it is.
or else things
That's
will fall
what I
apart
see.
for you, because this is the third time you've done
That's
this.
what I see.
And you are so obsessed with it.
Rock brought it up.
I brought it up.
You asked him a question about
Roderick
it.
brought it up.
No, he did not bring it up.
Cam
You
did.
guys asked him a leading question.
Damn good question. And he answered it right.
So do you have a therapist or no?
I've been to one, but I don't have one currently. Insurance.
Switching
up insurance carriers like every year. It's ridiculous.
Did you learn anything from therapy? Because I've never been.
Yeah, of course
I don't want one of those.
I feel bad. I let you down.
We need the drop. We need the live drop.
Rockio.
We need the
10
live
nice hash fritters.
Rockio.
But are they going to give it to me, or is it just going to be there?
How many times did you go?
I
serious.
went 4 times, but then my insurance switched, and they weren't covered anymore.
I feel like if I went to a therapist, they would tell me something. I'd be like, "Yeah, you're right," and they tell me another thing. I'd be like, "Yeah, you're right. You're right."
They did tell
me
a lot. Yeah, no, it was a good experience. But I mean, I didn't talk.
Did you learn
I didn't
anything
talk about
different?
whether or not I was a fan. I think I learned some stuff. Yeah.
So if people are listening right now and they're thinking about going to a therapist because they need to get their mind right, do you suggest it?
I would. Yeah.
Okay.
If you feel like you need some help, go get help.
If I found out you had a
therapist,
let's not get too deep here.
Why don't you think it would help you?
I don't know. I don't think that they could. I don't know. I just don't think it would help me.
I'm sure there are good ones and bad ones. You have to go to a good one.
Yeah, it's the worrisome.
But I will tell you this. If I found out Rock was going to a therapist, I would find out who it is, and I would offer him $500 to just slip in.
I know
that Rock has fandom issues.
Now here's the thing. Like, I definitely have over fixation issues. Like my biggest problem in my life is probably that I'm a 0 to 100 on everything. Like, I either go full bore 100%, or I can't be bothered, and I can't find any motivation to do it, even to the 1%. And so, like, when I have something that I'm interested in, I'm always going 100% full bore. And Gino's in the chat making a joke about Game of Thrones. It's an apt joke. So that's one of my biggest issues. And so, like, soccer's a thing over the last 7 or 8 years that I've been at 100% for. And once City got a team, and I went from I want to cover a team like in person. And that's why I started covering the Billikens. I was like, I can't cover Mizzou. I don't have the money to drive 90 minutes back and forth to Columbia for games
nice
and
program
practices.
too.
So I'm like, I'll just start covering SLU, and that's what I did. It had nothing to do with me being a fan of SLU. It had to do with I love basketball. And I mean, you'd have to ask him, but I'm sure he'd say yes. The guy's worked for the team as the broadcaster for 30 years. Yeah, 30 plus years.
30.
I'm looking forward to it because they got a nice little squad.
A really good team. We got Earl on this station, so we can have a lot of fun with Earl talking about the Billikens, obviously.
And it's right there.
Guy. It's right there.
That's a nice.
It's a great facility.
Yeah,
I love Shavitz Arena. It's a beautiful arena.
AEW come in there in 2 weeks.
AEW is.
AEW, yeah.
I think it's a good arena for that.
You watch wrestling? You watch wrestling, Alon?
He's a wrestling promoter. Do you still promote?
I don't work. I still I just don't have the time to work for Glory Pro like I used to.
Is wrestling better now than it was in like the Attitude Era and stuff?
More popular, yes, but now it's a
more popular.
It's
really
now a publicly traded company, and it's ESPN TKO Group that owns it, and UFC, and they're kind of overdoing it. They just announced a WrestleMania in 2 years in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, Rockio! Rockio!
It's
wow.
So it's not.
You ain't happy about that.
But recently, so they announced in December it's John Cena's last match, and they announced the ticket sales for that and everything. And people are complaining about that, and they're like, "Oh, we can't take my family to that." It's like, you don't take your family to a Glory Pro show. If you want to take your kids to something, it's like saying, "Oh, I can't be a fan of the NFL because I can't afford Super Bowl tickets."
Yeah, I get you.
Right.
I did watch some of the broadcasts on ESPN, like the breakdowns afterwards, and it's kind of goofy because they're taking it serious, and I don't know. It just comes off as just odd a little bit.
Yeah, they need to.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
They'll tweak the presentation of it. Yeah, they'll get people
because they're like serious, like breaking it down like this.
Yeah. You don't,
be
you don't
funny.
need Mike
and joke.
you don't need Mike Greenberg breaking down stuff. Like you can have him promote it and interview a guy,
There
but
it is.
to have him
Have characters. It's
have
characters.
them give their top fives. Like it's of people that haven't watched in
They're
20
breaking
years.
it down
Right.
like it's a football game.
Yeah.
Who's
And,
the most underrated wrestler of all time? I have
Underrated?
Underrated.
that doesn't get enough love in the history of
the
the squared
Guerrero, or what's his name?
I think
I got
Eddie
one.
Guerrero dying, I think, a lot more popular.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Superstar Billy Graham, Daddy-O.
It's
You too old?
Yeah, it's too old for me. Sorry.
But what about the last 30 years?
Last 30 years? Man.
Well, don't get stumped.
I
I know. I
Something.
don't have. I mean, I would say
You're on
like
a roll with
Roddy
being a
Piper.
fan.
Roddy Piper? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in movies and stuff too. I don't know.
was.
Yeah. He was pretty cool, wasn't he? The
I
Piper?
think so.
Yeah.
Never met him.
Well, he seems cool the way
Yeah,
he's like the
he
talks
does.
and he chirps and he had a good shtick, I liked him.
He did one good movie, one where it was like aliens. Remember that one?
Chewing bubble gum and
Yeah,
kicking ass.
that phrase. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You want to let them in, Rock? You want to let the Baez in? If I was asked who is the biggest Slew fan I know, I'd say Cracchio. Cracchio. I didn't start that. That was Patrico. He also said playoff baseball effing rules. Question. Talking about the Yankees game, a bang play at the plate in Yankee Stadium, and the call is safe to take the lead. Is that more electric than a walk-off home run?
Maybe. Depends on the situation of the walk-off home.
Yeah, that situation yesterday with Chisholm scoring from first base on a single, that's
And the beautiful
because
thing
you
is,
are like, I mean, home run off the bat, like you know it, boom, instantly like that. With something like Chisholm, like you're watching that whole thing develop in front of you.
and also it's Jazz who will swing at a 3-0 pitch and make you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guy who doesn't get along with his manager sometimes, being the hero, which is kind of adds to it.
Right.
also.
The day before, all the talk of him not being in the starting lineup and questioning him on that. For him to have that moment the next day, it is kind of
He also made a sensational play at second base where he saved a run. I mean, the upside for that guy is unbelievable. Now, there is a downside, but I'm watching the playoff games, and I'm thinking, these lineups, they hit a little differently than, except for the Reds that look like they don't belong. It's not a shot, but they look like they don't belong. But you look at these lineups, and it's like, who's the Yankees catcher with the mustache? Austin Wells.
Yeah.
Got 19 homers. He's the guy no one wants to see hit. If he were a Cardinal, he'd be second on the team in home runs. It's a different thing.
When you see that, like you look at these lineups, like we talked about the Rocchio guy for the Guardians.
I call him Rocchio because I like Rocchio.
I'm calling
home runs
Rocchio.
all year. Has the
I'm
big
not
walk
calling
off on the
Rocchio.
last day of the season. then has the home run yesterday. But when people will sit there and talk about, the Cardinals aren't ready, Victor Scott's not the answer. I'm like, you watch the playoffs. There's a lot of superstars on these teams. Like the Cardinals don't obviously have an Aaron Judge or a Cal Raleigh, something like that. But plenty of these teams have a Victor Scott type guy hitting ninth for them in their lineup. It's just building around everywhere
like
else.
a guy like Wells, 19 homers. Like that's the difference. Yes, there are some defensive guys.
Right.
There are some guys who are like, wait, this guy's a 236 hitter. But mostly they're surrounded by guys with 35 homers, or they could be a 217 hitter with 20 homers.
Yeah.
Like there's something different about the lineups. Now, I also wonder too, like, how do guys in baseball that you remember as punch and Judy hitters,
What's
all
that
of
mean?
a sudden have 30, meaning they don't have power.
Okay.
All of a sudden have 35 homers, like Chisholm.
Yeah.
He was in the home run derby. Where did that come from?
They're just swinging for the fences. It's
Launch angle.
It's something. Yeah, it's something that you do wonder that if the Cardinals, they're building from the minors up on that, if that's something that they're going to start getting taught now. Like, hey, you know what, Ivan Herrera, go for 35 home runs next year.
I always go back to David Freese, who we all love, right?
Oh yeah.
And
My boy.
when he was with the Pirates, he said, these young hitters have it right. I was wrong. He said, I was always told right center, right center, right center, line drive, line drive, line drive. He said, I grounded into more double plays because of that. He said, it's very simple. Ball in the air to the outfield. There's more space and 3 defensive players. The young players have it right. And he's an old school guy, David Freese. He's like the first old school guy that I remember having a whole change of
worldview.
Like you look at someone like the Padres, Luis Ariz. Like that's a guy that I sit here as a 40-year-old and I look at him like I would love that guy on my team. Go out there and hit 320, 330, have 200 hits. Like, why would you not want that guy?
Well, he can't.
And then you kind of look at it and you go, there's not really a place for him on major league teams anymore. You just like, how is that?
He doesn't play. He doesn't have a good position defense. I don't care because that guy hits.
Yeah,
and I think, but if he was a good second baseman, it would really help out.
Right, but I don't care. I want that bat in the lineup.
Yeah.
It's like hitting second or something like that.
Get on base for Manny Machado to hit a home run.
I love that guy, and he started this year I think like as 230, 240, and then the hits just kept coming.
Right,
that guy is like a Gwynn type hitter.
Mm-hmm.
I want him on my team.
That's the
get him
how many strikeouts did he have this year? Like 30 strikeouts the whole season, something like that.
Pretty
It's
good.
like that. That's pretty good. Like a good thing, but yeah, today they tell you, nope, it's fine if you strike out.
I actually Spartan 4-4 sticking up for you, and I'm going to go to break here in a second. But I got to read this. Gould admits, Derek Gould admits he isn't a Cardinals fan at all and has done great covering for the team. I would prefer someone covering the team to not be a fan, so we don't get more Brad and Chips. Spartan 4-4. That was a little dig at Brad and Chip, and I don't agree with that. But
First of all, you're the play-by-play and color guy for the
team. Work for the
broadcast.
team.
And guess what? Most Cardinal fans watching on television want the guys to not be negative. Okay? They want that. They don't want someone nitpicking everything.
The team wants it too,
That's true, but St. Louis, I've worked in other markets. In Philly, they celebrate. Like they have independent talk shows that make their money ripping every team, right? The broadcast doesn't because that's not what they want.
No.
Especially in St. Louis, where we're not really a negative city up until now, where fans were not happy with the way the Cardinals were being run. And apparently their message was heard.
Chaser would rip the guys a little bit.
A little bit. A little tough love. A little tough love.
Curbs does too. Curbs doesn't care. He might have to change that up a little bit.
How do I post on the chat?
Let's go to break.
How do I post on the chat?
You can just jump on YouTube and comment.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you in a break. Okay, don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
This hour of content on the Lou Information Station is brought to you by Grandpa Pigeons, Johnny Mac's Sporting Goods, and Becky's Carpet and Tile Superstore.
Hey, see that, kids? That's the St. Louis Arch, the gateway to the west.
The Lou Information Station, where we'll always call it Highway 40 or Highway 40 if you're a boomer.
The St. Louis expression?
Stream our content 24/7 at louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station.
Buddy. What do you say, buddy?
Man, life comes at you fast. 1 minute you're cruising home, the next flashing lights in your rear view.
And that's when you need backup. With the Legal Buddy app, you can connect to a local attorney in seconds.
Seconds? Not waiting days for a callback?
Nope, right away. DWI, car accident, criminal charge, traffic ticket, Legal Buddy's got your back.
So it's like having a lawyer in your pocket.
Exactly. Someone ready to step in the moment you need them, no matter the situation.
That's peace of mind.
That's Legal Buddy.
We're always going to be buddies, right?
All right, where do I get this?
Just download the Legal Buddy app at LegalBuddyApp.com. Register and use code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card.
Nice. Tickets, accidents, legal trouble, you're covered.
The Legal Buddy app, always on your side. Download it today. Enter code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card.
Buddy, you don't get much better than this. Yep.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. British Airways plans to add seasonal nonstop service from St. Louis to London Heathrow Airport beginning April 19th, 2026. The airliner will operate 4 flights per week. Other nonstop international flights from St. Louis include Cancun, Mexico, Frankfurt, Germany, Los Cabos, Mexico, and Toronto, Canada. Washington University in St. Louis is eliminating 316 positions and closing 198 vacant ones. University estimates that will amount to $52 million in annual savings. They're navigating internal challenges as well as outside pressure like federal funding cuts. St. Louis police arrested a man they believe was throwing rocks off an Interstate 44 overpass. Joseph Patsias faces charges for assault, property damage, and possession of a controlled substance. 9 vehicles were damaged. One person reported a shattered windshield. East Coast Pizza began the month by opening their 3rd location in the St. Louis area. The new location opened on Technology Drive in O'Fallon on Wednesday. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, louinfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
This is Mizzou wide receiver Kevin Coleman Jr.
And I'm Mizzou linebacker Josiah Trotter.
When we hit the field, we have each other's back.
And off the field, we got James Carlton, State Farm covering us.
Thanks, fellas. Nothing beats college football season, and nothing beats saving money. Just by getting a quote from our office and mentioning Mizzou, we'll make a donation to support Mizzou's will to win push on your behalf. No strings attached.
So you're supporting the team just by checking your rates. Doesn't get any easier than that.
It's so easy. Check them out online at carltoninsurance.net. MIZZOU.
You've been strong for everyone else, but let me ask you who is strong for you. I am Jennifer Bardot, radio personality, author, and publisher, and the founder of Grit Association, which stands for Growth, Resilience, Intention, and Tenacity. What is grit? Grit is a movement, a sisterhood, a space where ambitious women grow, lead, and thrive. This isn't just leadership. This is transformation. Grit is your circle of fire, where comfort zones get shattered, where stories become power, and the next level becomes your new normal. From our 7 international anthologies that elevate women's voices to my radio show, Elevate and Lead, on the Lou Information Station, everything we do is about your rising, your voice, your power, your people. Are you ready? Join Grit. For more information, visit mygritcommunity.com. That's mygritcommunity.com.
Lunchtime just got a whole lot better at Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. From mouth-watering wraps to loaded quesadillas, bold flavor-packed sandwiches, Hot Shots has something fresh every single day, along with your favorite wings, burgers, and pizza that you know and love. And don't sleep on those Hot Shots tacos. Plus, if you gotta be in and out quick for lunch, Hot Shots has you covered every day starting at 11 a.m. Find your nearest Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill now at hotshotsnet.com. That's hotshotsnet.com.
Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Chime in on YouTube, by the way, guys. The chat's going on.
I did. I chimed in.
Go to you chimed in. I don't know why. Go to YouTube, click in Lou Info, and like and subscribe, and chime in all you want. Text line's blowing up a little bit. A little chirpy poo. They're getting a little chirpy
They
poo.
don't like our segments.
They didn't like our segment.
No.
I thought that was pretty entertaining, Gino. Quit being so negative.
Gino bitched about the segment.
Yeah, well, he did bring in food.
He's allowed to
do it.
Listen,
man.
let us hear it.
He's allowed to do it. Speaking of food, by the way, check out City Seafood. City Seafood was born from the legacy of Bob's Seafood,
Cramps?
a beloved seafood fish stand that began in the Del Mar Loop. As demand grew, so did the business, expanding into wholesale and moving to a larger space off 170 and Olive, becoming a go-to for restaurants and seafood lovers alike, like me. In 2022, when development plans closed Bob's doors, former VP Mike veered with entrepreneur Brad Burns to create City Seafood, blending decades of seafood expertise with fresh, modern approach. Today, we continue the tradition with premium seafood, online ordering, custom packages, and free local delivery. New name, same mission. The best seafood in the city with a smile. I like that at the end, with a smile. I like when people are smiling and happy when I buy things from them. And so a lot of times when I go to some of these gas stations, they're not very friendly. They don't even look at you.
You're making fun of our little convenience.
They're not bad. I go all around to different. Some don't even look at you, and they're slow. They're like,
let's go get some shrimps.
Can you get that grizzly for me, please? They walk and they take their time. Can I get a bag, sir? Oh God, I'll get a bag. Can that piss you off? Move on, move it. Let's go.
I try not to let it ruin my day, but I would say, hey,
speed it up.
Can I trouble you for a bag? That's what I say. Can I trouble you for a bag?
You know I need a bag. get the bag. And then when I ask you
their
for
bosses might say, don't offer the bag.
I got 15, I just spend 30, 40 bucks. Give me a damn bag. And don't roll your eyes when I ask you.
Oh, don't let it ruin your day.
I'm just saying. I smile at everybody. Everywhere I go, I'm smiling, happy, even when I'm pissy.
I'm nice to Cardinal fans.
Oh, man.
I'm nice to Cardinal fans because they're our customers.
We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Looking to get organized and support local? At St. Louis Closet Company, we've been designing custom closets and storage solutions right here in St. Louis for over 30 years. From walk-in closets to home offices and even pantries, we create personalized, organized spaces that fit your lifestyle and your space. Built locally and installed professionally. Call 314-781-9000 for your free estimate or visit stlouisclosetco.com today.
When you're building something new, you need a partner you can count on. I'm Big Toe Media founder Dave Green, and with our company, we didn't want just another bank. We wanted people who understood what we were trying to create and who were there for us every step of the way. That's why we chose Home Bank. From business lending to everyday banking, Home Bank has been much more than a bank. They're the kind of people who answer the phone, know your name, and believe in your vision. And the trust goes both ways. Home Bank doesn't just support our growth, they share in it. They take pride in helping local businesses succeed because they know when we win, the whole community wins. Business isn't just about numbers, it's about relationships. And with Home Bank, those relationships make all the difference. Home Bank is the team behind our team. Visit myhomebank.bank or call 855-577-2001. Home Bank, member FDIC, more than a bank. They're your business partner.
Is your brand stuck on the sidelines? Tired of feeling like your marketing budget is just warming the bench? Well, then it's time to get in the game with Eyesight Media. We don't just put your brand near the action, we put you in the action. Imagine this, your company front and center, showcased in NCAA and pro stadiums and arenas nationwide. If you're ready to elevate your brand to MVP status, don't miss this shot. Visit eyesightmediagroup.com today to apply for an in-arena partnership. That's eyesightmediagroup.com.
You're listening to the exclusive home of Fighting Illini football, the Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
USA Radio News. I'm John Summers. 2 people are reported dead after an attack outside a Manchester, England synagogue. The incident happened as Jews are marking the Yom Kippur holiday. The suspect was reportedly seen driving a vehicle towards a crowd before going on the attack earlier today. He failed to gain entry into the synagogue. He was shot by armed officers at the scene. It's thought that he is deceased as well. President Trump defends his decision to deploy National Guard troops to Portland, Oregon.
According to the president, he had no choice but to deploy troops over the protests of local officials and referred to the city as a never-ending disaster. The War Department authorized 200 members of Oregon's National Guard after Trump said he would send troops to protect the city and an ice facility. The state of Oregon, as well as the city of Portland, have sued the administration in an effort to block the deployment of troops to the city. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Vice President J.D. Vance called out Democrats over the government shutdown.
He made an appearance during Wednesday's White House press briefing.
They said to us, we will open the government, but only if you give billions of dollars of funding for health care for illegal aliens. That's a ridiculous proposition.
He added that critical needs for the country are being held hostage by Democrats with the lockdown. A partial shutdown began when Democrats and Republicans could not reach a deal to keep the government funded. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Texas will no longer issue or renew commercial driver's licenses to refugees, asylum seekers, or DACA recipients. John Esparza with the Texas Trucking Association says this addresses a massive surge in fraud and abuse.
Those that are purchasing licenses online, obtaining them from Mexico, utilizing and abusing the reciprocity of those licenses.
It follows the lead of President Donald Trump, who last week moved to restrict non-citizens from getting CDLs. From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Business owners, are you paying high phone bills for old school systems and lousy service? StrongTel cuts your phone bills in half and turns every phone you own into a feature-rich business system. Sean Roddy, CEO of Hennings Brothers Drilling, had this to say. We've been a StrongTel customer for over 10 years. It's great. and even includes an intercom with video to our equipment yard. I can watch live from anywhere with my smartphone. I'd recommend StrongTel to anyone. Never miss a customer call again with your StrongTel business system. StrongTel is a proud iTex partner and always welcomes your iTex dollars. You'll get award-winning StrongTel service, a business-class phone system, and cut your phone bill in half. So visit strongtel.com right now. That's StrongTel, StrongTel.com. StrongTel.
News reports on the Lou Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen.
So what's his handle?
GetBC.com.
Gonna need lawyers, right? Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel. A delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here. And when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right. Free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198.
Hey, Cat, summer's winding down, but I keep thinking, my backyard is weak, man. I need a pool and maybe even a fire pit.
Cam, you know who can handle that? Merrimack Pools and Outdoors. They're a family-owned St. Louis company, been doing this for 25 years.
They do more than just pools, right?
Oh, yeah. Patios, outdoor kitchens, sport courts, fire features, the whole outdoor package. They'll design it, build it, and make it look amazing.
That sounds like trouble for my neighbors when I start hosting barbecues with the boys.
Exactly. And here's the best part. Free consultations, smart pool features like LED lighting and spa integration, financing options, and they back it all with a lifetime manufacturer warranty.
That's legit. And you know I like local. They're licensed, insured, bonded, and based right here in St. Louis.
If you want the ultimate backyard, head to SplashSTL.com.
Hit up SplashSTL.com for more information and receive a free salt cell included in your package. A $2,000 value. SplashSTL.com.
The Lou Information Station presents Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen and Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
Yeah, baby, let's go. 9:05 on a Thursday. This is Lou Information Station live and on demand at LouInfo.com. We're live on YouTube, by the way. Go to YouTube and type in Lou Info and like and subscribe and chat away. You could chirp. I don't give a damn what you do.
Oprah's in there, I think.
You could text into the show, too, 314-590-3770. We're doing our thing, Hot Take Central 2.0. Cam Janssen, Jimmy the Cat Hayes, Matthew Rocchio. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say Rocchio. I'm going to say Rocchio. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. And we got Ed and Brody Herman. What's going on, guys?
Oh, just a whole lot of goodness, man.
Yeah. You been traveling?
Been on the road. I spent all last week in New York City. It's a great week. Great city. I mean, my favorite city to go to, obviously. But no, that was awesome. And then I got to leave again on Saturday. Got to head out to Arizona and then Denver.
That ain't bad, though. Arizona and Denver?
No, listen, that's the beauty of it. I travel a lot for work, but at least it tends to be good cities. Like, and nobody's sending me to I don't want to. I'm not going to Gary, Indiana.
Can I ask you? That's a good one right there. Yeah. Gary, Indiana. Ooh.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Okay.
You have a company credit card?
I do, of course.
You don't get a per diem or anything like that?
No, I'm the company. My per diem is whatever I need it to be.
That's who he is.
Yeah, baby. Right. Yeah, baby.
Because when I travel, like I used to have a company credit card. Now we don't have those. And they don't tell me how much you can spend, but I don't. Yeah, I try not.
Let me say this.
I don't want to put a bullseye on my back.
Right. And let me say this. Even though I co-own the company, I don't abuse that. I still try to practice good business practices. And you don't want to. There's no. I'm not an extravagant traveler, so I'm not eating in like fancy meals. I don't drink alcohol. That alone saves a fortune.
Tons of money.
So
that shouldn't be on an expense report anyway. Am I wrong?
Well,
if I owned a company, I'd be like, you want to get a steak, that's fine, but I'm not paying for your drink.
Well, we have rules at the firm for when the attorneys say travel. If they are doing stuff that's going to get billed back to a client, they're on a very strict budget and they need to do things very bare bones. Because if there's going to be expenses charged back to a file and you're expecting that it's going to come out of the settlement, you have an obligation, fiduciary obligation. Obviously you need to eat, but you're going to eat bare bones on a strict per diem. If you're on business and you're traveling, but it's not being charged to a client, we still have a policy. It's a little bit more loose, and we let people have up to 2 drinks on us.
Okay, that's
and then
fair.
we won't pay beyond that. Listen, that's people I feel like they're out there, they're doing work on behalf of the company, and if they were at home, they'd be relaxing, enjoying themselves, and they would enjoy a couple of beers or a wine or something. And why do I want to make it bad for them on the road? I should try to recreate on the road as close to them getting to enjoy what they would do at home.
Because people could abuse it. That's why
they could, and that's why you have to limit it. One of the benefits we give at the firm too is everybody is on our Uber account. We don't want, well, for one, we care about the employees, but for two, we're a personal injury law firm. I don't think it would be a responsible thing to take the risk of anybody associated with our firm putting themselves or other people in danger if they're drinking and driving. So by providing an Uber account, we're able to tell all of our people, if you even for a moment think that, you've been drinking and all, don't drive. Take the Uber. Any situation, if they don't feel safe, we tell the women in the office, if you're on a date and it's going south or you get a vibe, just use our Uber account, get yourself home, get away from that situation. So
nice.
I think it's a nice benefit.
We had that with the New Jersey Devils, a team Uber account, but no one used it.
How come?
Because
they could track it.
Exactly. Because Lou Lamoriello is going to be like, oh, interesting, Cam. Oh, you Ubered 3 times this week. Interesting. What were you doing? Why'd you need an Uber? So I know the firm's different with that, but
listen, if you're looking to cover your tracks, I can appreciate that.
I mean, you know how it is. You
hey,
ever fly private?
Me, I've never flown private.
Never.
No, in fact, 99% of my travel is on Southwest. So up until this coming New Year, you'll have an assigned seat, but it's been open seating until then. So yeah,
you can go to London now.
Oh, is that right? Have they opened the routes?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, you know what? As if I needed another excuse.
It was announced yesterday at a press conference.
Southwest.
4 flights with British Airways, 4 flights a week direct to London
from St. Louis.
From St. Louis.
Wow.
And the starts next April is when flights open up. And they've already laid out the schedule of the days that it's departing and coming back, but I don't have that in front of me.
I have not. I'm embarrassed at this point in my life to say that I have not been to Europe.
Really?
Yeah, I'm 54 years old, and I've never gone. I've not left North America. I've done Canada. I've done Mexico, but I have not left North America.
Pretty cool. It's really, really pretty over there.
Where you've traveled some.
Yeah.
What should be on everybody's list?
I mean, it depends on what you like, but I mean probably Italy is numero uno.
Really?
To cruise up and down Italy. Oh yeah.
I'd like
food.
to see that.
The food, everything, the beauty, the people. That's probably
Ireland
number one.
too.
Ireland's cool.
Is that your favorite?
Well, I mean, I'm not a guy who's like, it's beautiful here. Like, I'm not a big touristy. Let's go. It's the most beautiful place I ever been.
Rolling green. It's beautiful mountain. I mean, it's awesome.
And then the only problem is that they don't believe in air conditioning.
Oh, that's
unbelievable.
That is a problem.
Like we at a nice hotel, I said, "You guys have air conditioning," and the guy said, "Oh, you won't be needing that." No, I will.
I want it.
Also, that every show you go to has some sort of Irish river dancing, which is awful. I don't ever want to see
that. But Ed, you could fly.
The people are great
to London.
Yeah,
and probably 10 hours from here. It's like 8 from JFK. But once you hit London, then you just cruise. You could cruise to Paris. From Paris, you could just bounce around, and the travel's easy there. It really is.
Yeah.
You can get to different countries pretty quick and easy. So you go to London, but you could hit up France.
I got it.
Germany.
Do that. I'm letting life go by here.
Yeah, you got
Switzerland.
You got the jack. Don't step back.
Do it, baby.
I got to do it.
You got to go.
All right.
Gotta go.
Sometime, and then I'm going to make that a resolution for next year. Some type of
Just the buildings.
international travel.
Just looking at the castles and the buildings compared to like driving around here, it's just so different.
I want to go to
think
Italy.
So
Italy's
different.
where I want to go.
Yes, that's number one.
You haven't been to Italy, Jim?
No.
Number one.
You seem like the kind of guy that would have been to Italy.
I believe somewhere along in my family tree, I have Italian just because of the way I talk and because I was friends with Perry Marino growing up in Rocky.
Perry
I feel like this is more
Marino.
about your
How you doing?
How you doing?
You growing up in Jersey than anything.
Rockland County, New York. Son.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's which is same for me. Rockland County, New York.
Yeah,
Yeah,
baby.
I think my team feels a connection to Italian peoples.
Listen,
That's what I feel.
I think it probably makes sense. I mean, listen, where I went to school, my high school, Spring Valley, our school was about 40% Jewish, about 40% Black, and 20% Italian Catholic. We had no Christians that were not Catholic. We had nobody with blonde hair in my entire school. And my graduating class, we had 387 kids in my graduating class. So my high school only had 10th, 11th, and 12th grade because of the way that they did it was 9th grade stayed in junior high school. And so you had about 1,200 kids in there, and good luck finding an actual blonde, a natural blonde. You might have found a bleach blonde.
Spring Valley was a good place to play sports because basketball, we get blown out by 40, so I'd get a little court time in the blowout.
Baby.
And they were so bad at lacrosse that we'd blow them out and not get actual field time.
So where were you? We were in Nyack.
Nyack. We're good at lacrosse.
And just so people out there who don't know Rockland County, just so
Which
you know,
is no one.
Yeah,
Nyack.
Yeah, now Nyack is that. If you were rich in Rockland County, you got to live in Nyack.
Yeah, I
And
thought so.
Rockland County rich. That's not rich for the rest of the world, but Rockland County rich, suffering too. But Nyack, you were closer to the city. You had the water. You had that great little downtown area with all those great little restaurants and shops.
Beautiful Nyack, beautiful, right on the
Hudson,
water, right on the Hudson.
Oh, really?
That's gorgeous.
However, we used to get chirped.
You love Rivertown
because we had a huge Haitian population in the school, African American, and other schools mocked us because we had a ton of minorities.
Well, Spring Valley was in no position to mock anybody. We were the chief in terms of overall diversity, which was fine. I mean, I was from Muncie, Spring Valley. That's very, very middle class, and with some areas being maybe on the lower end of middle class. It was fine. I didn't know any better. I didn't know any different. You just grew up like you grew up.
But how do you think people even survive living in New York City, not making really good money? How do they even get by?
I honestly don't know, and I don't know how far away they have to live. Although you do have the subway, and you can get out to parts of Queens and parts of Brooklyn and parts of Staten Island, although Staten Island's a little bit harder to get to, that are a little bit more affordable. But like in Manhattan, there's really no way to live there without good money. I went to school there. I went to NYU. And as a student, I had no money. And I thought, my God, this is the greatest city in the world, but it's terrible for me because all I could do was see all of the great things to do. But all I could do for fun was a slice of pizza. And they did have really good student tickets to the shows back then. So when I went to school there, I could go to a Broadway show for $15 on the student ticket. But other than that, it's too expensive. Now, I don't live there anymore. So I have money now, but I don't live there. But when I go back for a trip, man, is it the greatest city in the world.
You guys, a lot going on.
Oh,
there's
and you can do it all. When you go there and you got a couple of bucks, the whole city opens up to you. The shopping, the theater, everything.
After a while, though, I do feel somewhat claustrophobic. I do.
Really?
I'm not a city guy. Like I grew up way out in the woods, and I just feel a little claustrophobic at times.
It's awesome. It's awesome if you have money.
Yeah. And I do, I feel like pretty comfortable in a lot of different environments because I like the peace and quiet of being out in the middle of nowhere.
I love it.
Like I enjoy the middle of nowhere very much. But then I could also be in the middle of like the most crowded, like right in the middle of Times Square with everybody in the world right there and feel like this is what life feels like.
Mm-hmm.
This is the vibrance of life. This is the universe. And I do believe that that New York City is kind of the proof that utopia can exist, that all peoples can live together and function together very comfortably, very happily, with everybody doing their own thing. And it is proof positive. Anybody who says that can't exist, that you can't have everybody,
I wouldn't call it a
together,
utopia, though. I wouldn't.
It is for me. I mean,
right.
I see people are unbelievably tolerant of each other. They stay out of each other's business. People could just go. Nobody cares where you come from, country, what language you speak. Nobody feels intimidated when you're on a subway and you hear. I think they said there are 800 different languages spoken in New York City on a daily basis. 800 languages.
That's crazy.
You hear them in the background all the time.
I can believe it. That's awesome.
It doesn't faze you. You just don't think twice about it. It's not your concern.
That's awesome.
Everyone kind of just goes about their own business. I like that.
If you retired and didn't have anything to do, and you can kick your feet up and enjoy life somewhere, where would it be? Would it be on the beach? Would it be on a lake? Would it be in a cabin?
I've given this a lot of thought, because this is not going to be theoretical for me. At some point, it is what I plan to do. I want to be able to do, I would like to be able to do autumn in New York, September and October, and the first half of November. If I can do it in New York City every year, I would do that every year. Then I would go down to Arizona, and I would wait out the winter in the nice dry heat of Scottsdale. Stay at like where I'm going to be at the Camelback Sanctuary, a place like that in that area. Stay there until it starts to get warm. So now we're talking like end of April, and then boom, shoot up to somewhere like Jackson Hole, Park City, Utah, and spend the rest of the time there until it's time to head to New York in September. That would be the perfect.
Don't you want to go stay in New York when Christmas time?
Yeah. You want to see the Rockefeller Center, the tree go up, the windows go up, and then get out of there.
Why do you choose Scottsdale over like going all the way out to the coast and doing like a San Diego or something like that?
Only because I've spent a lot of time in Scottsdale, and I kind of, enjoy that there's no maintenance that you have to do on anything.
That's a good point.
Like, there's really nothing that you have to do during that time of year other than enjoy the nice dry heat, And if you notice in all of that, there's no beach. And it's mostly because while I will vacation places that have beaches, my whole life I never really enjoyed being out there that much. It wasn't my vibe, so I don't need it.
Brody,
I like Jupiter.
Yeah,
that
Jupiter,
area,
Florida.
Yeah, that's where I think I would like to retire.
Brody, it makes sense for you.
Can't get away from the Cardinals, can you?
Just like that area.
You're such a fan.
I am a fan. There's no question, and you are too of soccer and STL City. You just don't know it. It's an ongoing argument. Everything seems relaxed there. Everything's nice there.
Yeah.
Maybe a view of the water would be nice. I don't think I'm in the same tax bracket as you, but that would be a place where I think
it is nice down there. Who are you rooting for right now, Brody, in the MLB playoffs?
Well,
you got a team. What do you got going?
We got the Yankees still in it, Cam.
Oh, yeah.
They're going tonight, 2 rookies.
That's right.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy to think that it all comes down to one game, and each of these teams, all they can do is throw a rookie out there to pitch? Now, I kind of like that Schlittler with the Yankees. I've watched all of his starts, and he has some good stuff. He can be electric. I like their chances with him on the mound. But I also know historically the Yankees, they don't do well against pitchers that they're not familiar with. A lot of teams will have early against the Yankees if they don't have much scouting on them, if they have not seen them yet. Even the guy that pitched last night, that Brian Bayo, his first 2 games against the Yankees this year, he shut him out both times, 7 innings, no runs. By the third time they faced him, they got to him, and then last night they took him out after like 2 2/3. So if they have more familiarity, they'll get to you. But I am a little concerned about that early pitching tonight for the Red Sox.
Yep.
Are you a Yankee fan?
Big time. Oh my God, that's my blood. Yeah, I mean, my family's all from the Bronx, and being born in 1971, I kind of came into the world right around the same time Steinbrenner would buy the team the next year or two, and they went to the World Series in 76. They got swept, but then 77 and 78.
They beat the Dodgers.
And that was that was my childhood.
Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, Thurman Munson, his favorite player, Ron Guidry.
I'm all of those
guys
too.
Yeah, he was
cried
my guy.
when he died.
Me too. That was the first, like you wonder, like the first death that kind of affects you personally, the ones that hit you, that you realize that death's a real thing and it might happen to people that you know or care about. That was what Thurman Munson was for me, because it was the day before my birthday. I was turning 8 on August 3rd, 1979. His plane went down August 2nd, 1979.
Oh, he got a plane crash.
He was only 32. He was practicing takeoffs and landings in Canton, where he was from. And he had 2 guys on the plane with him, a couple of friends. And he went up 2 times, landed 2 times. And on the 3rd time, he went up. And when he came to land, he kind of overshot the runway and it crashed. But they didn't die. He got pinned and the plane caught on fire. And his friends were able to get out. They were desperately trying to get him out. But it was clear they weren't going to be able to. And they were going to be engulfed. And he just said, "Leave me. You got to leave me." And they did. They left him, and he burned alive. Yeah, it was so. I mean, even as I talk about it now, I get emotional about it.
How old was he?
32.
32. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and now this is a guy who, bear in mind, he was a Rookie of the Year in 1970. He was MVP in 1976, went to 3 World Series, won 2 of them, was the first captain of the Yankees since Lou Gehrig. And he dies at only 32.
And he did it all as a catcher?
And as a catcher.
That's
his whole
insane.
career. And the fact that he's not in the Hall of Fame is just so ridiculous. It was so obvious to the people that watched the 10 years of his career and that study the game at all to understand the impact that he had on that.
This is one of the greatest 11-year stretches of a catcher ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I mean,
I never,
but his numbers
never
are
put
not
that
gaudy.
together.
But
How
could they be gaudy when he's dead at 32? You know,
I'm talking about even, if you look at his year-to-year numbers,
his per 162 numbers are only
they're not gaudy, but this guy was as clutch as anyone that ever played the game.
And
Big moments were his.
292 career hitter, 756 OPS. So it's a 116 OPS plus, 16% better than anybody than the average hitter at the time. But his average season was only 13 home runs and 80 RBI.
Well, but 80 RBI as an average season for a catcher is
Damn
tremendous.
good. Exactly.
And on top of that,
Positional factor.
in 1977, he's the catcher for the Cy Young Award winner and Sparky Lyle. 1978, he's the catcher for the Cy Young Award winner and Ron Guidry.
Yes.
So, he
to your point, 162 game average, a 5 offensive WAR and a 1.5 defensive WAR.
Yeah.
That's nasty stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And by the way, Sparky Lyle went from Cy Young to Sayonara.
Yeah. The next
Greg
year,
Nettles'
he found himself.
Who's Gossage took over the next year?
Gossage took
78.
over the closer's role,
Yes.
and Lyle was still there, but it was pretty relegated, and then was gone.
And by the way, you know what Utopia was to me? Back in the day, I got World Series tickets from my dad and my brother. My brother was a big-time radio executive. I got the tickets. Took my dad and my brother. Yankees won the World Series. And we took the subway in from somewhere else. My brother figured out the best way to get in and out. And there's my dad. Grew up a Yankees fan. High-fiving everyone from all walks of life. That was Utopia.
Yeah.
You bought the tickets?
If you want to,
I got the tickets, and I got a disc. I figured out how to. I forget because I was in media, and I knew a guy who knew a guy, and got 3 tickets, and we went together.
Badass.
I sprung for him, and they won the World Series. And I saw my dad as we're making our way to the subway. Everyone's high-fiving. That was Utopia.
That's incredible.
here's your Hall of Fame argument. Pudge Rodriguez, his career WAR broken down to a 162 game average. He averaged about a 4.4 WAR per year. Thurman Munson at 5.2 WAR
There you
per
go.
year. If that, and if you look
that's
about
a great argument.
If you look at
Yeah.
their same first 11 seasons, Pudge has the skeptical 35 home runs and 115 RBI out of nowhere right there for his MVP year. He wins MVP without putting up a huge offensive season that's outsized the rest of his offensive numbers. Like you compare those two right there. Again, if he's not dead at 32, Thurman Munson, if he has 5 or 6 more years, or heck, does like Pudge and plays till he's 30.
I think the closest comparison is Carlton Fisk because they were the contemporaries. They came up around the same time.
Yep.
They were constantly compared to each other. They played against each other a ton, and
both had bad bodies.
Fisk has the exact same per game WAR as Pudge Rodriguez at 4.4, below the 5.2.
And now, but you want to talk
Fisk is
age?
called also Pudge.
Pudge, they're both named
Yeah.
Pudge. Now, Carlton Fisk. How old was he when he in his last season? 43, 44?
He was 45.
45. So he gets to hang around 13 years longer than Munson. Now, I'm not saying Munson would have done what Fisk did in his last 13 years, but imagine if he had just done what Fisk did in the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm. And to your point, 20 home runs and 80 RBI for Munson average season. Carlton Fisk, 24 home run, 85 RBI.
Yeah, which I mean, listen, Fisk is unbelievable. I don't mean I use it as a measure to say, he belongs in with more consideration. He should be in.
Is it just me, Or do I feel like a lot of baseball players have died at a young age?
Yes.
In airplanes.
Yes.
Airplane crashes.
They have. I think it probably kind of makes sense because they're accustomed to being on planes all the time. So it's part of the lifestyle. They have money. A lot of people, you know how it is. You're young. You want to fly. You want the experience of you're either flying in smaller planes because you're an athlete and you have the opportunity to do it, or you're learning how to fly because you think it would be a fun thing to do. But yeah, you have a ton of them. I mean, now Clemente went down in a plane crash, but
was he flying?
No, he wasn't. He was going down for emergency relief down in Nicaragua.
His was a charity mission.
And his
2006.
Corey Lytle flew into a building in New York City, and
Roy Halladay.
Roy Halladay died in a plane crash.
Jesus.
Halladay was
flying.
Not being safe.
No, he was not. He was doing. I just saw that.
Really?
He was doing some crazy stuff, and I think he was partying.
I know it's not on a plane, but same thing with Jose Fernandez on the boat.
On the boat,
he was messing around.
He was going like 80 miles an hour on this boat, and he hit one of those eddies that come out.
That was terrible. Yeah, well, that's the shocking thing is that some of the great stars because we also lost Jordan Ventura.
Yeah, Oscar Tavares as well.
And Oscar Tavares. During that time period, so many guys. And did you know this? This is an interesting one. This comes up all the time. I'm still doing that pack ripping show on TikTok, which is going really well, by the way. I crested over 1 million views the other day.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
Which is kind of cool. But what were we just saying? There was
players who died.
A point of that. Oh, yeah, Aurelio. So there have been 3 Major League ball players whose first name was Aurelio. All 3 of them died in independent car accidents.
Oh, my God.
And what are the chances of that?
That's crazy.
That's insane.
I'm not going to lie to you.
That's insane.
Unless you have thousands of hours under your belt, I'm not getting on a plane with you. My buddy rents planes all the time. He's a military guy. I go, how many hours you got? He's like 600. I'm like, nope, I'm not going with you. Not doing it.
No, the only guy I'm comfortable flying with is Sully.
Yeah, no doubt.
I want that guy.
No doubt.
I want Sully.
That was a crazy thing that went down there.
I can't believe you haven't been on private jets.
What do you think?
Once you do not want to go back.
Well, then that's why another reason I don't want to go on there.
Right.
No, when would I have the opportunity to? I mean, there are a couple of big shot law firm owners in down south in the Midwest. They have to have their planes because they have their stories about running around the country doing depositions and whatnot. And there's one guy out of Indiana who flies out to the conference that we have. Yeah, I wasn't going to say his name because I don't know if
he deserves it. Come on, the lockers for the phones for the employees.
I know. I don't want to. I not that anybody would listen and would know him, but I don't want to embarrass. Now I'm not going to say what he pays for it because I don't want to embarrass him.
But if you have it, it's worth
a lot of money. It is.
Oh, wait, what is it? Does Ed have a wrestling on the spectrum hat? Tat yet?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I don't. But if they make it to 100 episodes, I will get one.
There it is. There it is, Brody. That's on you. You might have to get one too.
Believe me.
I think they can get there. Speaking of which, maybe we should talk about that because you got a lot.
What do you got?
We got a lot to talk
what
about,
you got?
folks. Do you want to be on AEW Wrestle Dream? Who wants to go to AEW Wrestle Dream? I think we all do. We all do.
Where's it at?
It's going to be at the Shapevitz Arena, October 18th, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time, October 18th. Shapevitz Arena is where the St. Louis University men's basketball team plays.
I've gone.
Beautiful.
It's a nice arena.
Nice arena.
If people have never gone to an AEW, they always do them at the Shapevitz. They are great events. Yes. I mean, they give you your money's worth. More wrestling than I can even handle in one night. But you know what? If you're spending your hard-earned money, give them everything. People, if they don't want to stay and watch everything, they don't have to. You can get there late, but man, do they give you your money?
How long does it run for? How long do they go for?
5 hours, Cam.
5
hours at least.
That's a lot of content.
A lot of wrestling.
Well, because right. And how does that work? The first part. Well, this is all a pay-per-view, isn't it?
Yeah. No, they have a pre-show. That's 5 hours additional pre-show. They give you about an hour pre-show. That's when people are getting in, and then they give you 5 hours, 10 matches. So it's gonna be great, guys. And of course, if you want to be on an upcoming episode of Wrestling on the Spectrum, preferably this weekend, we're going to be recording at 8 a.m. You can comment on our social media pages that you can beat the brain, and we will pick people to come on in and challenge.
We should give people a little bit more context for that because Brody is known as the brain, and the reason he has this podcast is because he possesses the deepest encyclopedic knowledge on the history of professional wrestling. I would, and I'm not saying this because I'm his father. I would put money. I do not believe that anybody could beat him in any type of trivia related to the history of professional wrestling at any level, any organization. And we are putting this challenge out that if people want to come on and challenge him, they can win tickets to Wrestle Dream. I've already made it clear. You're not going to beat him. But if you show the gumption
there it is.
To even challenge him,
the gumption,
you're going to get those tickets. So this isn't one of those deals where you have to beat him to get the tickets.
Right.
You have to show the gumption. I'm telling you right now, you ain't going to beat him.
Can I ask you this then? Because I asked Roderick, who I consider a wrestling expert.
Sure.
The most underrated, unappreciated wrestler of all time, in my opinion, superstar Billy Graham. No one remembers him.
Yep.
Is that a bad take?
No, I don't think it's a bad take, but I mean, he was a
I'll give you
champion
few
for a long
reasons in
time.
Historical context, I'll explain it. Superstar Billy Graham was rotten in the ring. Everybody knows it. He was champion for a very short period of time. Vince McMahon Sr. gave him his win date and his losing date. So he gave him his date when he would beat Bruno, and then he gave him his losing date when he won the title, that he was going to lose the title to Bob Backlund. So his run was already stunted in WWE
It was
automatically.
right. It was basically like what they did with the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, heel transition.
They wanted to take the title from a baby face in Bruno Sammartino.
Yep.
And they wanted the title to go to Bob Backlund, who was another baby face, but you can't go baby face to baby face. Here comes superstar Billy Graham in there just to be the transition. Iron Sheik did the same thing from Bob Backlund to Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
He just was champion for like a month from December of 83 to January of 84.
Yep.
I just like the way he talked.
Yeah.
Daddy-O.
The man of the
Daddy-O.
hour. Too sweet to be sour. Yeah.
What do you mean rotten in the ring?
He just wasn't a good worker in the ring. His match quality wasn't very good. So when he went to Memphis in '79, it just was, and then he came back as like this kung fu gimmick, Billy Graham, and it just was a total.
Now, why do
duck
you
that
think
shaved
he's
his
so
head.
underrated?
I just remember seeing his interviews when I was younger, and I thought to myself, which is the performance part of it is still really important because some guys
It's a
never got
huge,
that.
That's why he always distinguishes between ring work and promo.
Yeah.
Because it is two totally different fields. Now, how was he in the promo world? What's his
He's very
reputation?
He's very good. That's why he got over, quite frankly. That and his physique. I mean, he had incredible physique. Of course, there were imitators after him like Hulk Hogan and Jesse the Body Ventura, but his physique, superstar Billy Graham's physique, was
And
unbelievable.
when I think Hulk Hogan's the right comparison, right? Because when I'm picturing superstar Billy Graham, I'm picturing long blonde locks, just like Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
And Ric Flair, I guess you could say he had long blonde locks. What is that about long blonde locks in professional wrestling?
I don't know, but I wish I had it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Long blonde locks?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure. Absolutely.
You know, Halloween is just around the corner.
I know.
You have
can
an
live-
excuse.
Oh, man.
You can live your
Cam,
best life.
Cam doesn't understand that what made Robert Redford special is that most adult men look like weirdos with blonde hair.
It's true, and it
And
worked
so
on
Robert
him.
Robert Redford looks fantastic as a blonde, which is something you just don't. A lot of American men just don't pull off blonde well. You look kind of
Justin Herbert.
You look kind of squirrely sometimes, and
Yeah.
but we'll see how he looks when he's 55.
Yeah,
The
that's
point is Robert Redford looked good with blonde hair.
That's
as
right.
an older man.
Yeah.
which is-
That's
right.
true.
Right.
That's
The rest of them become David Lee Roth.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
That's
He's
not
kooky.
That's not where you want to be.
David
Now,
Lee Roth.
I feel bad for some of these singers whose voices really go,
His is-
but they're still
Bon
out there.
Jovi's
He's
gotta
out.
be
Well,
one.
Bon Jovi was the saddest,
Yes.
and because Bon Jovi honestly had a great voice in his
Loved
prime.
him.
When I saw him the first time he came to Scottrade, brilliant. This last time around, Bon Jovi's voice was worse than mine.
Oh.
And I mean literally. And I have a decent I can carry a tune, but obviously not that anybody would pay for it. But I'm sitting here watching Bon Jovi. I was sad for him. I'm like, just let the guy off.
You
the
know
hook,
who else
man.
is really bad? Vince Neil.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
these guys. I know
man.
they. And listen,
Motley Crue rock.
They
How's Axl Rose doing? Axl Rose.
yeah,
is-
I'm bet you his
yeah.
voice probably is
It's not
nowhere
good.
near what it once
Yeah.
Not
was.
good. I
So-
saw clips, and the saddest one, and it almost looks like it's fake. Apparently, it's not Frankie Valli.
Well, now his voice still sounds great because it was always falsetto, but to look at him, he can't close his eyes. He's in his 90s. He can't. It's all over TikTok and YouTube. His eyes are frozen open, and he's so skinny that his face is very skeletal.
Oh, God.
But you know what? But I went to see him at Stiefel when he was 90, because now I think he's 92, and he was great. And I went to see him at the Family Arena when he was 88. and he was great. I took you.
Yes,
You
I
went to
was
see him
there
both times.
Both
90 years old on stage.
90 years old on stage
Youngest
doing
person
his
in
thing.
attendance.
I went to see last week. I went to the Chesterfield Amphitheater. The Beach Boys were there.
They're still doing it.
And they are. Mike Love is still alive. He's 84. He's the lead singer. Bruce Johnson, who's been singing with them since 1965 and playing the keyboards, he took over the keyboards. A lot of people think Beach Boys, Brian Wilson. What they don't realize is Brian Wilson stopped touring with the Beach Boys very early in the career. And he just wanted to write music. So he stayed behind to write Pet Sounds and other great albums they had. But in 1965, Bruce Johnson took over the keyboards and the singing, and he and Mike Love kind of became the center of the group. And then the other Wilsons died. One of them drowned in the early 80s, and then one of them died of cancer in the late 90s. And then Brian Wilson died just a few months ago. But they went, and it was just the kind of concert I like. I call them old people concerts because they start on time. They just play their hits. They don't bother you with anything else. They don't do encores. They go end to end. Good night, everybody, because they need to pee.
That's exactly
right.
Yes.
And we all want to go home
because you had to. Yeah, and you have to pee also.
Yeah. So they
concerts.
They did, and they did it. They did. That whole concert was done in about 85 minutes because songs back then were the right size, short.
Yeah. 2.5.
I don't
minutes.
need to hear a chorus 7 times.
Yeah.
I
Three
took
times is plenty.
My wife to this is many years ago, but we went to see Wayne Newton in Las Vegas.
Oh, there you go.
Great show. Wayne Newton would kind of back off and let the background singers hit the high notes.
Oh yeah.
But it was a great show, and we were the youngest people there.
How do you look? He's
doing?
They have. He looked fine, kind of stuffed into his rhinestone suit.
What does it mean when your wax statue looks more realistic than your actual body?
Yes.
It means you're doing well.
Let me tell you, he is real inflated. I like to do that when I go to Vegas. I'm actually going to be in Vegas in 2 weeks. And Rich Little is still performing.
He's great.
I loved Rich Little growing up. I love people that do great impersonations. So anybody and there's so many on TikTok now that you can follow, and they're just
guys like Matt Friend in the crew.
Yeah, and Matt Friend's amazing. Some of these guys are just the one that's Marion Ross's son, the one that the mom on Happy Days. Her son is a guy named Jim Messman.
Yeah.
These guys are unbelievable. Frank Caliendo. These guys are great.
Caliendo's
But
great.
in his time. Yeah,
Rich Little was the best.
But Rich Little was the guy. And, there's a difference between somebody who can do a lot of voices and the person who cracks the code. Because that happens with every great impersonation. There's always one impressionist who kind of figures out, they crack the code. And then all of the other impressionists start doing it. But they're not really doing the person. They're doing the guy who cracked the code. They're just following their path. So you can trace almost every impression to that. Rich Little was the guy who cracked Jimmy Stewart. Now everybody does Jimmy Stewart, but Rich Little cracked Jimmy Stewart. He cracked a lot of those original guys.
He was really famous.
He was.
My dad used to do game shows. He was a guest on there, and at the time that was like a big get.
Yeah,
and I don't think most people know who Rich Little
now,
is.
Unfortunately, he's not. Karen Pollak, he cracked the code on Shatner, and he cracked the code on Peter Falk. Whether I credit him with cracking Walken, he might have been the guy to crack Walken. He might have been the guy to crack Walken. Yeah,
that's why for me it's fun to go back and watch early before he breaks into movies. Early stand up from Jim Carrey. Because he would do the facial impersonations, and those ones are just like the way he contorts his face slowly to get to Clint Eastwood,
Kevin Bacon,
to Kevin Bacon, to the Riddler. It's unbelievable.
Well,
those ones too.
Brody brings up the name. That's Frank Gorshin was the impressionist, and most people know him as the Riddler from the old TV Batman. But he was an impressionist, and that's what he did. He did the facial expressions, and where he cracked Kirk Douglas. And he cracked Burt Lancaster, and his Kirk Douglas and his Burt Lancaster were considered like the best. Those were like he had to do those. He also did a great Marlon Brando on top of that. You can see a lot of these on the old Dean Martin show and the old Dean Martin roasts. They would have these guys on. But anyway, I love watching that stuff. And I don't know. Rich Little, though, when I saw him, he's obviously well in his 80s. He don't have it anymore.
No.
Luckily, the show that he put on in Vegas used a lot of showing videos of him over the years doing the Tonight Show, doing the roast. So you still got a good show, and it was still cool seeing him live. But I got to tell you, he no longer sounds like the people that he's purporting
No.
to. If he didn't tell you who he was doing, I don't know that you'd know.
You think he just want to kick back and do nothing at that age? You know what I mean?
I
Or
think
they need the money, or they just are obsessed with it. They just
I
want
think
the
he's obsessed with
spotlight.
it. He gets to live in Vegas, though. Do that.
You know,
no,
I
Wayne
don't-
Newton's still doing it in Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does he still have a?
He does. Wayne
theater?
Newton has a
Yes.
thing. Rich Little has a thing. But you know what? It's I don't. Maybe it's not sad. Obviously,
you
it's
know,
not
you need to go
sad
see
for them.
Penn and Teller. That'll help you.
But it's when you start. You go from playing the big rooms, then all of a sudden you're playing the smaller rooms, then you're playing the lounges, then you're switching to the hotels that nobody's really heard of, then the smaller places, and
Like Spinal Tap.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Which, speaking of which, did you ever wind up seeing the second one?
I did.
You did.
Good.
I just
I told
downloaded
you.
it this morning on Amazon. I have not watched it yet. How was it?
I appreciated the effort.
There,
Okay.
I told
All right.
you.
Well,
Seeing it, to me though, it didn't have the cutting edge stuff that the original had.
Yeah.
But,
I was
but I had a warm feeling. My wife fell asleep in the theater because, like you said, it's
Yeah.
a comfortable seat. But I had a warm feeling and enjoyed it. It just wasn't the same.
Remember they went to the military base?
that was the best, and they're getting
PA's going
they're
in.
getting the interference on the speaker. That was
man.
classic, and that's when Fred Willard makes his little appearance in there at the military base.
He's
That
a big Christopher Guest.
he was, and you want to talk about a brilliantly funny guy? Fred Willard was probably maybe the funniest improviser of any of those guys. You watch him doing Best in Show.
Yes.
He is so funny as the commentator who doesn't really know much about dogs.
And the other guy's really serious.
That
It was
he
great.
to me that is a master class.
When he said, "What do you think I can bench press?" I literally cramped up laughing so hard.
The guy just
In the middle of a dog
Remember
show.
when
What
he
do
was
you
the
think I
dad
can
on
bench
Modern
press?
Family, Phil's dad.
he was perfect casting as Phil's dad.
The one guy had two left shoes. He
Yeah,
kept going in a
It's just-
circle.
he literally was born with two left feet.
That's right.
Funny, man.
Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
And also, he was great in, I think, A Mighty Wind.
Oh yeah,
Right, as the
phenomenal.
promoter.
in that. Yeah. It's what was the catchphrase he kept trying to bring back in A Mighty Wind? What happened? Something like
Yeah,
that.
really
something
funny.
like
Yeah.
that. Those are great movies for people that have
So
not
Brody,
seen them.
on your
And
pod,
wasn't he Corporal Agarn or someone F Troop? Fred Willard?
I have to look that up. F Troop. I didn't watch.
so you're gonna just you're gonna try to get some people to go toe to toe with you,
that's
Brody.
Right. That's right. You can go on X. It'll be at Wrestling OTS, the letters OTS, at Wrestling OTS on X. And then on Instagram and on our Facebook page, it's just Wrestling on the Spectrum, fully spelt out, no abbreviations. It's just Wrestling on the Spectrum on our Instagram page and Facebook page, at Wrestling OTS on X.
And Brody, you're going to be the Conrad Thompson is coming to town for that, right?
Yes, he will
Have
be.
you worked out the details? Because you're going to be on his hip all weekend with behind the scenes content.
Yes, we are. We're going to be. We have a lot of behind the scenes content.
So people
October
need to
17th,
follow your
October
social media channels
Yes, they
because if they want to, they're going to see content behind the scenes that you will not be able to get anywhere else.
Right.
That's awesome.
Because no one else is going to be on Conrad's hip, and Brody's going to be running live streams and all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, we always appreciate you guys coming in and
Yeah,
just shooting
I
the
love it.
breeze, baby. We love it. Keep doing your thing, Brody. Ed, appreciate you
Yeah,
coming in.
We'll see.
I-
and now
I don't think anyone's going to touch you. I don't think anyone's
No,
They don't have a
but they
prayer.
gotta show up.
they got to show.
You gotta
they
show
They
up.
got to show they've
You
got.
gotta
Yes,
show
I
up.
will say
Gumption.
if you guys can't bring yourself to the humiliation of losing to Brody but still getting the tickets, there is an easier road to hoe for these tickets. We will be giving away a pair of them to the AEW match next week on this show,
Right.
which you usually just have to go against these two, which is easier.
Be nice,
A little
Rock.
easier.
I said
Be
I
nice.
said easier. I didn't say how much easier it was.
It's a lot easier.
But that's another way to get potentially tickets to this
but
AEW
stand
show
up.
coming
But
up.
if you're a wrestling fan,
at
stand
Shakers.
up and take this
Go
out.
toe to toe.
Now, Jim, now that the baseball season is over, when are we getting you in to do the sandwich podcast?
Yes.
All right,
There
we'll
it is.
figure it
We
out.
got two dates
I'm
for
in.
you that we
I'm in.
have.
Okay,
We'll figure it out. I'm in.
I'll get the list of shooting dates, and
Yeah.
you pick the one that works best
Okay,
for you.
I'm in.
Just
I'm
wait
in.
till you see
Absolutely.
their facility. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
You gotta make sure you show them your office.
Oh,
of
well,
course.
absolutely.
God,
We're
I'm
gonna
looking
give
forward
to
Ken
her.
Hayes a tour. It's going to be great.
I'm looking
content.
forward to it.
Appreciate you guys
Okay,
coming
It's
in.
gonna be exciting.
Ed,
Thanks for
Brody,
having
thanks
us.
a lot.
Be
Welcome.
good.
All right, we're gonna go to break. We'll be back. This is Hot Take Central 2.0.
The Lou Information Station, a whole new way to enjoy content created just for those of us in the St. Louis area. It's a whole new way to advertise and promote your business. Reach out and find out just how different we are. If you're tired of one-sided advertising offerings or your traditional media rep trying to shove digital marketing down your throat, visit luinfo.com and click on advertising. Or email partnerships at luinfo.com for more information.
By the boss, Dave Green. Dave, we're building something pretty special here, but running a growing media company takes more than great content. Tell us why you chose Home Bank for your business banking.
For us, it's all about relationships. With Home Bank, we're not just an account number. We know the people there, and they know us, our goals, and where we're headed. That personal connection makes all the difference.
Greener, when you say relationships, what does that really look like?
They not only know my name, Cam, they know our business. And when I need something, whether it's a phone call or a text, weekday or weekend, morning or night, I get a response from someone I know and help with whatever I need.
That's huge. And for a business like ours, you need a bank that can move at the pace you're moving.
Exactly. We're in a fast-changing media world, and Home Bank has been a steady partner through it all.
Home Bank is a team behind our team. Visit myhomebank.bank or call 855-577-2001.
Home Bank, member FDIC, more than a bank, they're your business partner.
LouInfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. British Airways plans to add seasonal nonstop service from St. Louis to London Heathrow Airport beginning April 19th, 2026. The airliner will operate 4 flights per week. Other nonstop international flights from St. Louis include Cancun, Mexico, Frankfurt, Germany, Los Cabos, Mexico, and Toronto, Canada. Washington University in St. Louis is eliminating 316 positions and closing 198 vacant ones. University estimates that will amount to $52 million in annual savings. They're navigating internal challenges as well as outside pressure like federal funding cuts. St. Louis police arrested a man they believe was throwing rocks off an Interstate 44 overpass. Joseph Patsias faces charges for assault, property damage, and possession of a controlled substance. 9 vehicles were damaged. One person reported a shattered windshield. East Coast Pizza began the month by opening their 3rd location in the St. Louis area. The new location opened on Technology Drive in O'Fallon on Wednesday. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at luinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, luinfo.com weather, presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports, anytime, anywhere.
Here's your luinfo.com weather update. Really warm all the way through the weekend. Our high temperatures well above average with that high pressure system overhead. Sunny today, we're headed for the upper 80s. Maybe a shower overnight with upper 60s, and then right back to the upper 80s and sunny on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we're expecting mid to upper 80s and sunshine. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at luinfo.com.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rate you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. That's 800-298-0306.
Hey, Cat, summer's winding down, but I keep thinking, my backyard is weak, man. I need a pool and maybe even a fire pit.
Cam, you know who can handle that? Merrimack Pools and Outdoors. They're a family-owned St. Louis company, been doing this for 25 years.
They do more than just pools, right?
Oh, yeah. Patios, outdoor kitchens, sport courts, fire features, the whole outdoor package. They'll design it, build it, and make it look amazing.
That sounds like trouble for my neighbors when I start hosting
barbecues. Exactly. And here's the best part. Free consultations, smart pool features like LED lighting and spa integration, financing options, and they back it all with a lifetime manufacturer warranty.
That's legit. And you know I like local. They're licensed, insured, bonded, and based right here in St. Louis.
If you want the ultimate backyard, head to SplashSTL.com.
Hit up SplashSTL.com for more information and receive a free salt cell included in your package. A $2,000 value. SplashSTL.com.
Back to more of Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Janssen.
The most perfectly trained athlete ever.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
I'm an influential and respected man.
On the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Yeah, baby. 9:52 Thursday. Lou Information Station, live and on demand at LouInfo.com. We're on YouTube as well. Just go to Lou Info on YouTube. Like, subscribe, do your thing.
Or go to YouTube, Jim the Cat Hayes, and get ready for a new edition of Serving It Up with Kyle, with Matt Holliday.
There it is.
Got to put him first.
Got to put him first.
Lynn, Kyle Gibson. And we're going to be talking about Heim Time.
Heim Time.
Which I have intellectual property rights.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, baby. I
acquired those.
I'm seeing that Shedeur Sanders is getting bashed by a lot of people right now. You see that clip?
I did. I didn't really understand it. So he wasn't talking. I didn't understand the context.
Rex Ryan chirped
He's not
him.
the starting quarterback.
No. But Rex Ryan chirped him pretty good and said something like, hey, everybody knows that you're not sitting in front of these meetings. You're not really studying. That kind of called him out on that. And so he was at, what's that?
Here was Rex Ryan, was in response to this clip from Rex Ryan.
Yeah, here you go.
An outstanding coach.
On Get Up,
all right?
on ESPN.
But why the hell isn't he putting Shedeur Sanders? We're all waiting to see this Shedeur Sanders be the guy or Gabriel, whatever. Something's missing. Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
So
see if they make it.
In response to him saying he talks too much, this is what the audio from
vocally. Anything to say?
You can hear the question, but Shadeur's just mouthing and moving his hands like he's talking. He's not actually giving.
That's
an
what
answer.
more. What do you think? We have to show.
So you can hear the reporter.
Show to the coaches just to
Question.
Have that belief in you that you can. Be ready.
Here's Shadeur's answer. That's not him talking in the background. He's mouthing the words
and gesturing
doing hand motions in front of the reporter.
And that's a legit question too. Like it's not like he wasn't asked about Rex Ryan. He was just thinking about what Rex Ryan said, which is even more petty in my opinion. If you're directly asked that and you kind of made fun, yeah, okay. But they're asking you legit questions. And then all you're thinking about is what Rex said. And so now you got to make a joke out of it. I don't know. I want to see him play though. I do too. I want to see him play. What can you do? You're loud. I want to see you play. There's a lot of people that think that you're really good and you should have gone, earlier in the draft.
A lot of people.
Smarter
about football than me.
Remember that draft was going down? I mean, he was just boom, boom, just tanking. I was watching like, damn, second round goes by, third round goes by, fourth. It's all about him. I don't know. Rock, do you think we'll see him start 3 games this year for the Browns?
Nope.
No, not at all. Really?
Nope.
Even with that crappy ass team?
Nope. I think it'll give Gabriel a fair shot. And we might see Shedeur maybe the last 2 games.
Did Gabriel chirp too? Was Gabriel chirping?
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel also has been accused of chirping at.
I listened to that and I didn't.
Of chirping at
Shedeur.
Really?
Yes, he had a comment at his pregame or his midweek presser. Dylan Gabriel said, where did it go? Sorry, I need to find this one.
No, it's all good. I didn't.
He spells Dylan weird, so it took me a minute because I misspelled. He said something along the lines of, "If you keep waiting for the perfect, you can wait for the perfect time. You wait for the perfect time. You're going to wait a whole lifetime." and people are taking that comment as a shot at Shedeur.
How so? Exactly.
I think people think, or maybe it's connected to the report about Shedeur not wanting to be drafted by the Ravens because he didn't want to be Lamar's backup. And so maybe, if you're waiting for the perfect time, you're going to wait your whole life. Kind of maybe that's where people think that comment is stemming from, and why
we don't know
why it thinks it's attacking Shedeur a little bit.
Is that Gabriel a pretty good quarterback? Is he not? He's not that big, is he?
No, he was a good college quarterback, but he's like 5'10".
5'10". Oh yeah.
But he absolutely lit things up at his 3 stops. UCF, Oklahoma, and Oregon. He had 30 touchdown season at all 3 places across his 6 years in college football.
6, eh? He must be a doctor.
He had 32 touchdowns and 4 interceptions as a sophomore at UCF in 2020. Then at Oklahoma in 2023 in the Big 12, he had 30 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. And then in 2024 at Oregon, he had 30 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So, Gabriel's, he put up big numbers, but yeah, he's small, 5'10", 5'11".
Can't see over anybody.
They're a bad team.
Oh.
They have to go to Europe. He's going up against a Flores-led defense, and when Brian Flores is able just to lock in and coach only defense, he rips quarterback heads off. So there's a lot of reasons to think he's going to struggle in his career.
All right,
first career start.
Well, that's it, folks. We will see everyone tomorrow. Thank you. Hot Take Central 2.0.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown & Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. Stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown &